Hi YouTube community. This is my second video of the kind of this new kind of videos that uh, I post, that is showing myself and sharing my own life so far, how it has been, and how I have dealt with many challenges that I came across, that and how I failed in some, succeeded in some, all all this while going through anxiety. Maybe maybe you can call any kind of anxiety. There are lots of there are a lot, like social anxiety and other forms of suicide. I don't remember. I just know that I feel very anxious at times. I used to feel a lot more anxious in certain situations, certain circumstances, and if there is any way I can make a difference, if this video can make a difference for me, it it would help me uh, recall everything and live out those moments again for any of the viewer who may watch, who may be watching or may watch later sometime when God decides that it is to be watched. They may get something out of it. So this is part two. In the first part, I discussed how uh, while growing up, my dad passed away very early in my life, and I had fights with my sibling, my only brother. I have a brother, and my mother has done everything she could to uh, raise me and my brother like uh, a woman can, without having a husband. How difficult it is for a woman to raise her children. That my mother has done her best to raise us. She has never made us feel like we need something and we don't get it. She made sure that we get it. From I remember in my childhood, me and my brother used to collect action figures, GI Joe figures, Masters of the Universe action figures. And those toys, we bought them, and the other things we did was reading comics, not the Batman, Superman, or other all these Western comics, but Indian comics. There actually uh, was a very good comic culture back in the 90s. Uh, Raj Comics and Diamond Comics were at the top. If I have to put India's Marvel and DC, I would say it's Raj Comics and Diamond Comics. So these were my basically my hobbies, along with uh, pro watching pro wrestling, not the amateur or Greco-Roman wrestling that is done in Olympics, that they play in Olympics, but pro wrestling that is scripted. Outcomes are scripted, but they fight for real. That one. And lastly, cricket. I used to be a kid when uh, I I used to be like a 9 or 10-year-old kid when I started uh, foreign cricket. Saurav Ganguly was the captain of India at that time. Yeah, I remember he was the captain, and those days India wasn't as strong of a team as it is today. But that was the time when we were rising, we were going up. Uh, it was under Ganguly's captaincy. Anyways, I'm going deep into my hobbies and how. So now let's bring it back to my life. So all these things were part of my life, uh, but at the same time, while studying, while playing, while doing all the chores, all the chores of life, of the everyday tasks, there was a constant fear in mind, a constant helplessness. Like, why am I here? Why am I here? What is my role? Why am I on this world in the first place? Do I belong? Do I not? Do I not belong? Because I didn't mix up with the other kids in my class very much. Always had one or two friends that would they are gone abroad now in one in Canada and another one in US, and one of my friends is now in Europe. He moved to London, but then he migrated from there to for some other European country, from England to some other European country. So when I left my school, when I did plus two in arts, as I said in the previous video that I had chosen arts. My teachers had suggested that I'm a good artist, like painter, so that is why I did. But when it came down to doing my degree, my bachelor's degree, I chose BCA, Bachelor's in Computer Application, rather than anything related to arts. Uh, I chose BCA because there was a lot of it was a trend to uh, at least here in Punjab, it was a trend that if you do BCA, you graduate in BCA, you would get a visa for a foreign country. For now, I would say that I do not want to go to any foreign country, and I do not intend to go to any foreign country. For me, this country is best. Whatever uh, things it lacks, regardless of whatever things are lacking, every country lacks something, has something. So I'm being optimistic, and I believe India has a lot of positive things if there are negatives. So I just know, maybe because I'm a philosopher or a spiritual kind of person, that is why I feel like this is the place that is best for me, not some Western countries. I may not be able to adjust to the Western way of living. I and I don't and I do not intend to either. I would rather live in India as an Indian, have my way of living, Indian way of life, and embrace it with pride, and try to improve however I can. But what always stopped me from doing things has been an anxiety, a constant fear that has been in my heart. You know, uh, the opposite of which would be courage. So that is something I liked. I still remember when uh, in class, our teacher used to ask a question. Whoever raises their hand first, whoever knows the answer, raise their hand. Sometimes, there were some questions that I knew answers to, but I would not raise my hand because of out of fear. I was so fearful to be the focus of attention. Uh, I was so fearful to think that other students would look at me and my teacher would judge me or what. I don't know what kind of is it a genetic thing? It is a plus. Is it a spiritual thing? I don't know. Yeah, I went to the doctor, which you would call a psychiatrist. If that is a doctor, I would prefer to call it a doctor because I don't see any mental health issues separately from the physical health because it is part of our body too. Brain is part of our body too. So I don't think why I don't know why it is a taboo to think of something related to your brain that people would judge you. And I always wondered how some people behave normally. They are normal, like normal people. They as if they are being operated by some remote control. They would do everything perfect. Friend, friends. I wouldn't say friends. The classmates of my classmates. They would do things like it was coming naturally to them. The same things that would seem tough to me. They would handle those things uh, like this. Those were no big tasks. Speaking to teachers and participating in debates. These things were not my cup of tea. Never had been. And this trend continued throughout my college days too. As I ended my last video, I had ended it on the close of my college life. Sorry, on the closing of my school life and the beginning of my college life. So now that my college life began, I I got into bad company as in the sense I didn't do anything illegal or like that, but I would do uh, like indulging in alcoholism, doing these things, bunking my classes just to escape. I didn't do this to have fun. I use this all of this as a something that made me less anxious, that to tackle my anxiety. That is why I did all of this because if I just went there and sat in the class and studied like everyone did, uh, I wouldn't have I wouldn't be able to handle it. As I said, because of fear, because of anxiety. So I use this as a form of escapism that I got from going into alcoholism and uh, didn't go into hard drugs or anything like that, not at all. But for a bit, I even used cigarette, which is very discouraged in Sikhism. But for a while, I did that too, and I regret it. I regret that I did alcoholism too. I found a way in spiritual guidance. I found a way in guidance of the great masters, philosophical books, philosophical things that were said on the uh, in, internet in the videos of uh, motivational speakers. Uh, there are many. Their motivational speeches, spiritual speeches, all of these. I habitually started to listen to all of this, and it had to an extent. It did help me for a while. Uh, then now again, I think it's been 15, 16 minutes already, so I'll just come with a part three and discuss further in that one. For today, thank you. Bye. Take care, everyone. Yeah.